everyone, we're going to do something a little bit different today. It's me, Miss Kate, and I'm by myself in our studio space. You can see everything behind me. Usually I'm back there when we do our videos. But today, I've been here all by myself, all day, coming up with some ideas for our next month's activity boxes. And it got me thinking about other things. I got a little distracted. I made a bunch of painted paper. And then I thought I should make a video about things we do with painted paper. So I'll show you what I did. I made this. Sort of bird-like. 3 birds talking to each other. And I'm going to show you how I did it. I'm going to move the camera so it's going to go down instead of be on me so that you can see things. Usually we have Dorothy here helping us. And she's excellent at this, moving the camera around, but it's just me. So I'm going to move this around so it's on the table. Hopefully this is going to work. It won't go too far. Okay, that's working so far. So anyway, we're doing this. I started with a piece of foam core that we had cut up. It was left over from something else and someone gave it to us. And I painted it with watercolor and I let that dry. Now around here and during the school year, at the end of the day, we end up with either a lot of paint or a lot of paper that's been drawn on partially. Like, let me just show you this one right here. This is one that someone drew on a little bit, and then we painted over it. So now it's painted paper. So this is how I made my birds. I picked some paper, so I'm going to show you this one right here. Like, for instance, I'm going to use this paper right here. I'm going to cut out some shapes. I already cut out one right here. This is how I'm making my birds. So I'm going to cut it out by just sort of cutting kind of like an oval, but not the whole oval. I'm going to just cut around like this. And now I have another bird. So that's pretty good. I'm set there. This time I'll only do 2 birds so you can see. And then I'm going to want to add some legs. So I really like this orange paper. Even though it has the drawing on it, it doesn't really matter to me. So I'm going to, for one of my birds, and I kind of like where this is this paper we were being inspired by the book by Mac Barnett called Sam and Dave Dig a Hole. It's one of my favorite books because it's so funny and weird and interesting. So then for the other bird, we'll do, oh, I love this paper here. Look at this. It has some really nice gold down here and bright orange and pink. So I will use this to cut legs for the other bird. And then I'm also going to use it to cut some wings. I'm hoping you can see all of this. Let me think. So I've got legs for one and legs for the other. I'm going to need some beaks. So I will go from here, I think. Beaks and wings are next. I'm going to take this. For my wings, I'm just doing one wing, yeah, because it's only one side of the bird. I am cutting a shape that's kind of like this, kind of like a football almost. See how that looks? See how this looks on this bird. Now, normally when I use painted paper, I really take a lot of time looking at different ideas, at different color matchups, and whatnot. But we're just gonna do it today. I'm gonna use this gold, I think, to make a beak for that bird, the one right there. I'm gonna cut sort of a, it's not exactly gonna be a triangle, but it's gonna be, he's gonna have a beak that kind of goes, oh, so it's gotta be for the other bird. It's like, oh no, never mind, doesn't matter. I'm gonna use this one right here. And I'll tuck that under there. So far, he has 2 legs and a beak and a wing, and then I'll add in an eye later. I'm going to add some tail feathers, I think, to him. I'm going to turn these ones around. Make sure you can see all of this. So I'm just using my phone for this one. These 2 birds are going to talk to each other. That one's going to have a bright orange beak because I like it. Okay, let's see what this guy looks like. Is that too big for him? What do you think? I guess I could move him over so that it's not crashing into the first bird that he's talking to. There you go. Okay, now that one needs a wing also. So for that one, I'm going to use some of that bright pink from that piece of paper that I used for the other guy. I think I want to cut this a little bit more though. I have a wing there. And do you think they should have tail feathers? What do you think? I think that one of them at least needs tail feathers. I think his legs don't match. I guess it's just the way I cut the paper. I didn't make them match. Okay, so for his, I'm going to do tail feathers on his. So I'm going to cut out a rectangle, and then I'm going to just sort of cut some of the pieces out. I'm going to see what that looks like on him. Is that going to look good on him? Oh, yeah, I like that. Okay, so then the next thing we're going to do is glue them down. So I will I'm going to glue the legs and the beak onto this. No, I'm actually not going to do that. I'm going to glue the legs onto the table. Onto the painting. This table has paper covered on it, so I can just do my glue like that, so I don't have to worry about getting it on anything. These legs are very thin, so it's hard to direct your glue just right. Okay, now he's on. He's got 2 legs. And then for the beak, though, I am going to put a little bit of, got to make sure it's going in the right direction. A little bit of glue there, and then I'll put his beak on the back side, because I think that'll be easier. And he looks pretty good. And again, I'll move it over so I don't get glue all over the painting. Even though it does dry clear, I still don't want it on there. Oh, he's kind of a tall bird. Maybe he's like Big Bird from Sesame Street. I'll glue his wing in place. Now, we'll go to the other bird. It looks like he's walking. I think I'm going to try and keep his legs like that. I like that look. I gotta pull that one back out because I just glued right over it, silly me. Okay, now I'm going to glue that down. Yeah, it looks like he's walking over to say hi to his friend. And we're going to do the same thing, where I'm going to put the beak on glue it down to the back side so that it's easier for me to glue it on. I'm going to do the same thing with the tail feathers. Put a little glue there, and I'll just put those on, and I'll move this out of the way so I can get all the glue on here. You can see I've been using this table today because it's got stuff all over it. And then he'll come on. I'll glue his feather on, his wing, sorry, not his feathers, he's already got his feathers on. Glue that in, and then because I have a purple pen right here, I'm going to use purple to put in some eyes. So I'll do an eye right here, and I'll do an eye right there, and then they can talk to each other. What do you think? I could add some more if I wanted to, maybe the sun, or maybe add some vines in to make it look like they're in a tree or in a bush or something. Maybe they could do that so it could be camouflaged in that. And I'm going to keep working on this, I think. So if you have some colorful paper or at the end of the day, if you have a lot of paint left over and you don't want it to go to waste, you can paint over some pieces of paper and just keep them for later and then be able to create fun things like this. What do you think? I'm so glad you came and joined me today. I will see you soon. Whoa, I almost knocked over my phone here. I will see you soon. Miss Hazel will be back with us, and Dorothy will be back with us soon to do the video. But I just wanted to show you that fun thing that I was working on today. All right, have a good day, everyone. Bye.